Hello everyone. Today is the day before Meatless Mondays, and I'm thinking and I'm feeling nostalgic. I remember when I was in high school, we used to walk to the bagel shop and we would eat or we would buy either a bagel with lox or a bagel with cream cheese, or we would buy something called a Kinish. And I want to make a Kinish because I remember walking. A Kinish is basically like a Jamaican beef patty, except it's stuffed with potato, and I believe the crust is also made with potato. I'm not going to make the crust out of potato, but I think I get close to what I used to eat on the way to high school. So that's what we're going to make today, a Kinish, a Jewish Kinish, or that's who I got it from, a Jewish shop. So let's get to it. So today we're gonna upplant some sage. Get it out of here. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let's get to it. Hello, this is Jamaica 5288. How are you guys doing? You know it's Meatless Mondays again, right? And who says that Meatless Mondays have to be boring? That is the series. So, I have two ideas, and I'm not sure which one I want to do first. The first one is going to be based on a childhood thing, which is called the Kinish, which is made of potatoes. It's going to be the same dough. And then the second one is going to be a fried apple pie. So which one should I do? I have an angel on one. They're both not diabetic friendly. So I think I'll make the Kinish first. So the next video I'll put out will be for the apple pie. There'll be two separate videos because they're both going to take. I'm going to start off with the potato because the potato has to boil. It's a red potato. Well, it has a couple of bruises on it, and I found my peeler finally. It has a couple of bruises on it, but I want some of this, the outer part of the potato. I do want some of the red part, but I don't want the bruised part. So I'm just gonna get those off, and I'm gonna keep the rest. So I'm gonna pull that to the side and get all the little blurbs off. I washed this. I washed these potatoes well. And I love red potatoes. So the skin is actually good for you. So if you can keep your skin on, that will be a good deal. So this one has some damage. I'm just gonna pull that out. Okay. I'm gonna take these potatoes and I'm gonna cut them real fine. It's really hot here in Texas, and I need these to cook quick. I need them to cook quick. Look at that right there. I'm throwing that out. I don't want that. So I'm gonna use this part right here. And I'm gonna flip them over. I hope everybody's having a good day, a good meatless Monday. This is a snack, or this is something that you can make and keep in your freezer and take with you when you're getting ready to run out the door. I don't want that piece. You're getting ready to run out the door to go to work or to go to school. You just heat it up. Now, Kinishes don't warm up well in the microwave. If you have a toaster oven, I recommend you do that. All right, we're cutting it up really small because we want to get these things cooked. And we want them to be around the same size. Okay? The smaller you cut the potato, the quicker the cooking time. On to the next. Let me Get that side off. You would boil these, but I am gonna fry them because I want to get it done. Well, I do. So while my pan is heating up, you put a little bit of oil in there. Get this thing started, this party. This is not the healthiest way to do it, but that's the way I'm gonna do it because it's hot. I want to get it done. Where's my knife? Here we go. So our potatoes are here. I'm gonna move them over. I have 2 pieces of garlic here. I want some garlic in there, and I got just 1 sprig of green onion to bring in some color. That's gonna go in last. And of course, why is this thing smoking? Oh, it's water down there. Of course, I have some salt, and I'm not putting any pepper in it. I don't want well, I could put some white pepper. I didn't want to see the pepper, so I'm gonna put white pepper in there. So I won't see it. You won't know it's there. So there's the garlic. There's another piece of garlic. And we're gonna mince these up. Let me chop the tails off. And this bad part. Why am I getting bad parts on a lot of the stuff that I'm pulling out today? We are gonna mince this until it looks like dust. We are not, I only used 2 cloves of garlic, and they weren't big ones either. So, we're gonna mince this. We just want a hint of garlic. We want it to go we want it to do the most. In a good way. Almost there. So I'm gonna keep on working through this garlic while it's heating up. I'll show you it on the knife after I get it to dust. It's close to being a dust right now, but when I finish chopping it, it's basically pulverized. Very, very small. Okay, I can tell my oil is heated up. Let's put these potatoes in. Grab it with my hand first, then with the knife. And I'm dropping them. You hear those little sound like raindrops? That's the potatoes hitting the ground. I just mopped this floor, but that's all right. That's all right, Jamaica. You're just making more work for yourself. I have it on high. And you would think I'd have the big burner on. No, I got the little one on. So, I'm gonna move this around so that the potatoes can get their blessing. So I'm gonna get some salt. We use about a half a teaspoon of salt. Put it in there. And the white pepper, I haven't used this in so long. Sprinkles out. Just gonna put a dash of pepper in there. Where's my spoon? Do I want a spoon? Yeah. I don't want this one. I'm gonna get a char on these potatoes, and then I'm gonna bring some water over and we're gonna simmer it. And that basically shocks it into cooking quicker. Plus, it makes it taste like a French fry. Not that a Kinish is supposed to taste like that, but you know, I do my best. Woo! Hot potato land is on my toe. Okay, I'm gonna get some water. Anything that's stuck on the bottom of this pan is now coming up. See how the steam is coming up? I'm gonna get all that charred stuff off. That's the stuff that tastes like potato chips. Turn this down. Garlic thyme. A little bit more water. Now I can smell the garlic. I've turned the flame down to, I want it on 4. I want this to simmer. I want it to melt down. Just melt down. Have a meltdown, a good way. So I have my baking powder here, and I need to get my salt from over here. I'll clean up my mess in a minute. The chive, well, I don't have chive, so that's why I'm using the green onion, because I don't have chive. That goes in last. Move my sponge out the way. I don't want to fire. So we're gonna put some salt in. We're gonna put some baking powder in, and then we're gonna get some water and we'll get this party started. Where is my, oh, I can never find my stuff. Who keeps moving this stuff? Me. Okay, so I'm gonna use a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm just throwing stuff on the floor, and about a half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, and I'm gonna move that. I don't know why I have this big spoon. I'm gonna move that together, put that together, and I have an egg here. That's gonna be to seal our dough. So in this bowl, I have 2 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of salt. The only thing left to put in here is the water. That's it. Now I was thinking about putting some turmeric in it. If you want color, put some turmeric in there, just a little bit, so that you can turn the flour yellow. But I don't, well, you know what? We will put some turmeric in it. Let me get some turmeric. Just a sec. I got my turmeric powder because, you know, we're special. It's our special day. It's Meatless Mondays, right? Everybody deserves a little color in their life. Half a teaspoon, liberal. I just want this thing to turn a yellow, a little yellow. I'm gonna gauge the dough in a second. So I'm moving all of this stuff around. I don't want to taste the turmeric. I just want it to be a little yellow. And I don't want to smell the turmeric. You don't want a turmeric potato patty unless you know you want it non-Indian style. Now that'll work for Indian style potato patty, which they do. They have potato naan. I've had it and it's delicious. But this is a Kinish, so I'm just gonna make it a little yellow. A little bit yellow. Okay, let me get some water. And that's just less than a half a cup. We're gonna work it in and see how it looks. Working it together. After a while, I'm not gonna use a spoon. I just don't want dough stuck to my hands. That's why I'm doing it this way first. Okay, we need some more water. Just a little. And you know, because this thing wasn't scaled, that's why we have to continue to put water in it. Nothing was weighed, so all of our water measurements are going to be different depending on the flour, and I'm using all-purpose flour. So it's time for me to use my hands. Move that to the side, put it in my stack of mounting dishes, and I'm taking my hand, and you see I'm folding it over. And I could tell by now that my hands are in it, I can tell that I need more water. Nothing is sticking to my hand, very little. And I don't want it to stick to my hands, I just don't want it super dry. So I'm pour a little bit more water in there. Okay. I'm thinking back to when I used to walk from the Kinish shop, or from the bagel shop. It used to be so cold, and me and this other, what was her name? Tawanda. We used to walk back from the bagel shop every morning with our little hot bagels or Kinish in our hand. Most of the time, the Kinish did not make the walk. We'd eat the Kinish, or we'd eat the bagel on the way to school, and by the time we got halfway there, by the time we got halfway back to the school, that food was gone. All was left was a white paper bag. Oh man, I remember I went there recently, and the neighborhood is no longer Jewish, it's Asian. And I was so disappointed. It was so disappointed because I was hoping that the bagel shop would still be there. They were gone. They were gone. And I remember going in there and it would be all white. And you'd walk in, the counter would be on this side and you could see the oven and, you know, them boiling and doing all their work. It was an open shop. You could see everything. There's no closed doors. You could see how they were making it. It looked like it was hard work. Hard work to making those bagels. And you could tell they really cared about what they did because they'd be watching them like a hawk. Like, okay, is this right? You know, am I leaving it in there too long? They were watching their stuff. As a matter of fact, when you walked in the door, now I think it was a mom and pop shop because I remember there only being 2 people in there, a lady and a man. And no one would be at the register when you got there, but they could see you because the oven, when you walk in, they would be right there near the oven doing their work, making their bagels because I guess they sold them. They must have sold them to supermarkets or something. But the cash register was on the side, and then we just go there, and they'd come from, you know, from where they were baking stuff. One of them would come to the front and ask us what we needed. We didn't have a lot of money. I mean, back then, a bagel with some cream cheese was about 50 cents, if that. I think it was 50 cents. But they didn't care if it was 50 cents or $50. They'd come and treat us just like everybody else. Yeah, everybody got treated the same. Every penny counts. Every penny counts. You should treat a penny like you treat $1 million. You don't take anything for granted or anyone for granted. And that's how they treated everybody with respect. And I can deal with that. We were just little kids. We weren't doing anything wrong. We just wanted, and every morning, so that was what, $3.50 per kid? $2.50 per kid for 5 days, because we went to school 5 days a week. And there was usually at least 2 of us. So 5 times 4 is $20 per kid. So between me and my girlfriend, minimum of 2 people, sometimes it was 6 of us, they were making good money. It adds up. $20 per kid. There were 2 of us. That's $40. $40. Oh, well, they were 50 cents. I'm sorry. $2.50. $5 times $20 per kid per month, and that's times 52. So they made $110 off of each of us a year. And imagine 6 times 6 times 7, whatever. And sometimes people bought more than one bagel. So they were making good money off of us, which is probably why they were so nice to us, thinking back. And 50 cents used to be expensive. That used to be a lot of money. It wasn't, 50 cents is what $1.50 is now, or $2 is now, I should say. A bagel probably runs $2.50, yeah, around $2.50, because we got bagel with cream cheese, and sometimes we would get bagel with cream cheese in lox, or we'd get a Kinish, and Kinish was more money. I believe Kinishes were $1. So I'll be right back. Our dough is done. We got to let it rest. See how yellow it is? That's what I want. We're gonna cover this, or I'm gonna cover this. We need to cover our dough and let it rest for 20 minutes. I'll be right back. The 20 minutes have went by. I am putting my green onion into the pan, and I'm gonna mix it in. At this point, you need to taste your potatoes to make sure that you have enough salt in it. So I'm gonna get a spoon, just get a little bit, just that much. It needs some salt. I put maybe a half a teaspoon in there. I was going to run this through the ricer, but I'm changing my mind. Let me see how broken down it can get without me running it through the ricer. Because if I do that, I won't have the potatoes. Get it out, girl. Potato skins. I'm just trying to dry it out right now. Do another taste test. This thing is hot and I do not want to burn my hand. I got an eggshell on my hand. That's good. Put this on low. Pile it up in a safe space so that it can simmer down a little bit more. Still, it's good. I guess it is good. That's about the consistency that I want to turn this thing off. Turn it off. Put it all in a bunch so that I guess I could spread it out. Let it dry out some more. So I'm gonna leave that there. Onto the dough. So I'm not gonna use my hand. I'm gonna use a spoon. My hand is in all kind of potato and stuff. I'm gonna put some flour on the board. Move this back. I'm gonna need some more flour, so I'm gonna leave that right there. And we're gonna get our dough out of the bowl, right? And what I want is a cylinder. I'm working my way from the middle of the dough all the way out. Okay. I think I put too much flour on here. Let me get that in the corner. And I think I want about 6 of them. So where's my cutter? Don't have my cutter. I get a knife. So I'm gonna cut it in the middle. Cut right here. Cut right here. Trying to get them about the same size. Okay, so I have 6 equal parts, right? Rolling them into a semi-ball. Move this flour over. I overdid it with the flour. This one is not the same size as those. One of these balls are not like the other. Okay, so I'm rolling it, kneading it. We'll flat it down. Get some of this flour off. Flat it down. Where is my olive oil? There it is. And I'm going to roll it out with my rolling pin. And we want to get these thin. He went upstairs. My German Shepherd went upstairs to fuss at the neighbor because he could get a better view from up there. It's like a tower. It's like I can see you. Can you see me seeing you? I'm watching you, dude. He doesn't like it. You know what they say about animals? They have a sixth sense. Then again, he barks at everybody, but mainly the neighbor. Always know when that dude is outside. Always. Doesn't like him. Does not like him. So trying to get it into a somewhat circle, semicircle. Let me turn it around again. Make this side as round as the other side. I'm gonna spray it. It's not flat enough for me. Okay, I'm gonna spray it with some olive oil. I'm gonna cut it midway, halfway, right? Bring you closer. Well, you can see this. And I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna flap it on itself like a pizza pie. Just keep on rolling it over. Then I'm gonna take the pizza pie and I'm gonna pinch it down and make it a ball on top. The dirty side or the messed up side is on the bottom. And you got your little balloon. That's one down. One down. I'll put that right there. Roll this one up. Roll it out. And making a mess. Put some flour on my pen. Less on the counter. Turn it around. Okay. Cut it, gosh, I almost ripped it, and flip it over like a pizza pie onto itself, like slices of pizza pie rolled onto each other. Take it, bring it down onto each other, onto itself, into a little balloon. Pinch it, pinch it, pinch it. And the ugly side is on the bottom. There you go. On to the next. Cut it, roll it on itself like a pizza pie into a circle. Just keep on flapping it over each other. Oh, you know what I forgot? To spray it. Take the olive oil. I hope I didn't do that on the last one, because that's where you get your layers. That's how you get your layers in your flour. Okay, flap it on each other. Flap it on itself into a circular motion and pinch it down onto itself into a nice little ball. There you go. There it is. Nice little balloon. See the tail? Tail's on the bottom. Okay, and I'm back. It's been about 10 minutes. I had to clean up a little bit. So I got my ball here, one of my first ball, and I have my oil heating up, and I have an egg here that I need to beat. Beat it, beat it. And this is just so that we can speak proper English, girl. Okay, so this is just to, so we can seal the edges. Make sure they don't fall apart in the frying pan. So I'm gonna put a little bit of water in here. Thin it out a little bit. Ooh, making a mess. And there's our egg wash right there. Okay, so I have my balls of dough here. I put one on the board already. I'm gonna put this right here, okay? And here's our filling, one of our fillings. So I'm going to put some powder. I already have some flour down, calling it powder. Smush it down. I'm gonna roll this thing out and try to get it into a circle. So excited. I know that the pastry is gonna turn out well because I did this for the chickpeas. I did it as a piece of, I tried to make a roti, but it came out more like a naan. Then I thought to myself, wait a minute, girl, you can make something else out of this and use the pastry that you just made and make it out of a shell or a covering and fill it with some goodness, either sweet or savory, and this is savory. So we might have enough to do something sweet because there's not a lot of potato in there, but I have some other stuff like apple pie filling that we can doctor, but I'm not going to talk about that unless I run out of potatoes, which I think I might run out of potatoes. I think I might do that. Not intentionally, but I don't want this thing to be, you know, empty, no filling in it. When you bite into it, you get nothing but a bunch of crust. I've had that experience with some people's, you know, pies. Didn't have anything and it was just a shell. You're like, where's the filling? What happened? Okay. So I have this. Pull it out a little bit more on the edges. It looks more like a police badge than a fritter or a this is, I don't know, I think I put too much filling in there. We'll see. This is an experiment, but it's going to be a delicious experiment. So I'm going to fold that over, kind of like a beef patty. Where's my egg? Take my egg wash, and I'm going to put it on the edges with my fingertip. Because you know I'm rustic like that. See that? Put my egg wash on the edges. And you're going to see why I have so much additional dough on the sides in a minute. So I'm going to try to move those together, right? Pinch them a little bit, and I'm going to fold it over and pinch it. Fold it up. Handle's in my way. Not to get my nail in there, but to pinch it down and then fold it up. Like a pie crust. All right? So that's our first one. This is the bottom. So we got our frying pan over here, and we're going to turn it and lay it down. Fry it. Turn this off a little bit because I need my dough to cook. I need my dough to cook. The potato. Potato is already cooked, but I need the shell to cook. I don't want dough that's not cooked. It doesn't taste good. So we're gonna fry this thing well. Do I need more oil in here? I think I may. It's being skimpy on the oil. No, it's doing fine. It's just bubbling up. So we're gonna let this thing cook for about, I don't know, until it gets golden brown. It's not ready yet. Turn it up a little bit. I have it on a 5. Went and found a rack. I got flour on it. A rack and a baking pan so I could catch the grease. We need to check the bottom. And we need to flip it over. Now, if you're freezing these, remember that you're gonna have to reheat these in a toaster oven, so you don't wanna make them super dark. I wouldn't recommend going beyond this color. Okay, and remember we put turmeric in there, so it's gonna be a little yellow, but look at the brown on there, okay? Kind of like an egg omelet look. All right, and that's done. Note, you do not have to fry it. You can put it in the oven. To the next one, I've already rolled out the dough. I'm gonna take some filling, put it right in the center. Take this, take the shell, roll it over onto itself. Oh, I shouldn't have did that. I keep on forgetting the egg wash. Put the egg wash around the edges. Okay, we have the egg wash on there. Flip it onto itself, pinch it down, and roll it up. Make sure that your nail doesn't go through there like Jamaica's is. All right. This is gonna be the bottom. This is gonna be the top. Here we are. Is another. Here is another one, and another one. And another one down, and another one down. Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey, gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. I had the small burner on. Yes, I can walk and chew bubble gum. I can multitask, I think. Let me stop talking about this stuff before I burn my pseudo, I was gonna call it kushar. What I think about kushar for? My pseudo potato patty, that's what I'm gonna call it. Cause it's not a Kinish. It's not a Kinish. But it's close. Well, I can call it Kinish if I want to, right? Everybody else does. They all doing it different. I'm fixing the camera while I'm talking to you. I got the top of my head, but oh Lord, I'm rolling my dough out when I'm talking and frying at the same time. Make sure I keep an eye on it. Y'all keep an eye on it for me, right? It won't be like the codfish boiling over. All right. I'm running out of filling. Put that in there. My egg wash. Oh, y'all can't see. So I put the I rolled it out and I put the filling on the middle. Put my egg wash with my tip of my finger because I'm rustic and I don't feel like looking for the brush. Put it all the way around this joker. All the way around. And I'm gonna flip it over. Make them kiss each other. Press it down. My fingertips. And I'm gonna pinch it up. Some people use a fork. I didn't think about that until now, but it's all right. So that's one done. What we don't want is for our filling to seep out. So that's why we push it down and then we kind of roll it over on itself. Seal the ends. Okay, I got one. Oh wow, I'm doing a lot of them. Let me flip these over. Carefully. Okay, this one, smash it down. I need some more flour, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Uh-oh, came up off the board. Okay, let's scrape up what's left. Those are done. I can tell by the way they're frying. Let me take a look. Yep, they're done. Okay, put this in the center. Turn this up a little bit. Make sure I get all my potato stuffing out of there. I got one ball left, but you know, you can only do so much, right? Okay, got my potato filling in there. Get my egg wash. Put it on the edges. Move this to the center. Flip it over, pinch it down. Roll it over. Just make sure it's closed. Roll it over on itself and make it look, make it look halfway decent. As long as it can look good on this side, I'm good. We're gonna put this in the fryer gently. Bring its friend. Place it in the fire. Okay, and I have one left. I don't know what can I do with this. Let me think, let me think. I got one ball left. Use that last piece for 9. Look how it bubbles up. It's bubbling up, bubbling up. That quick. There you go. Okay, and here we go. That and that. Look at the flakiness of this thing. Look. That's how the dough is. See how flaky it is? I don't want to break it apart, but I want to show you. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So, I'm going to fold this one up and use it for something else, right? Use it for breakfast or something, a breakfast bread. Won't fold. Came right apart. It came right apart. So I'm going to take one of the smaller ones, put that 9 right there. I'm going to take this, move my rack out the way, move the plate out the way, and let you all see the what this thing looks like on the inside. On the inside. All right, turn it on the pretty side. There we are. See that? That is potato. So, Miss Jamaica, you know I'm a Costco shopper, right? I gotta put it on my, do some weightlifting in order to get some mustard. So how do you open this thing? They got a safety seal in this bad boy now. Use my apron to open it. See if there's a valve on them. Yeah, they have something on there. I remember back in the day, they didn't have these things on it. If somebody put something in your mustard, you would have never known it. So, okay. This is how you eat a Kinish. You don't cut it. We just we have it in a paper bag and we put some mustard on it. And I didn't shake the mustard up, so I'm gonna have to suffer the consequences. First of all, let me taste it without the mustard. Here we go. This is good. I don't need any mustard. Man, that is good. Now the crust is not like you would get at a Kinish, but I think it's better. Now it tastes like a Kinish, but I got the mustard on it. You can use this dough to make anything, because next thing I'm gonna make is some fried apple pie. Y'all remember those apple pies that McDonald's used to sell that was fried? They made them stop doing it. That was like one of the best things on their menu. Now they're all baked and dried up. I want my fried apple pie back. So that's what I'm gonna make next. But this, man, bad girl, bad girl. You shouldn't have taught people that. This is good, and you can grab this and go to work with it. Warm it up and go on to work. I would not recommend you putting it in the microwave. Put it in the oven, toast the oven, put it in your air fryer. A lot of jobs have air fryers now. Put it in there, but do not put it in the microwave because the dough will get all, I don't know, it gets rubbery when you put it in the microwave. But I've outdone myself. This is good. This is really good. So, man, this is better than most Kinishes I've had, because most Kinishes, you know, they're a little dry. This is good. You don't need the mustard. Most Kinishes, you're going to need some mustard because you're just going to taste potato. This has some flavor in it because we put the garlic in there, put some salt, and then we put some green onion, just a little bit. And then the pastry had a little bit of turmeric in it. I don't taste the turmeric, but I'm sure it's helping. Meatless Mondays. This is another hack. I don't know how healthy this is, but you do not have to fry this. You can put it in the oven. You can bake it. Sorry to talk with my mouth full. Look at the flakiness of this crust. I just want you to take one more look. Look at that. There are layers in it. Just like when you were getting a baklava, it's flaky, a flaky crust. Perfect. Perfect. Kinishes do not have flaky crusts. They're like potatoey. It's not dried up, but they're good, but this is better. Anyway, this is Jamaica 5288. Don't tell the Jewish people that I outdid or I redid their menu, their thing. And please make it yourself. You can make You could stuff this with breakfast, the week of breakfast that we had. You could put this in these shells, put it in a shell, just like this, and take it to work with you. Then you don't need a bowl. You could do so many things with this. Man, I got a new series. Because these are like, what are they? Hot Pockets? Except you made it yourself. And this thing is heavy. Man, you eat one of these, you don't need nothing until, you will not need anything until lunch. So this is Jamerica 5288. I'm rambling, but I'm so excited about this because these jokers are good. And they're crunchy, and they're flaky, and they're just good. Man, I'll see you guys on the next one because I'm going to finish eating, all right? Bye.